Hello everybody, I am coming at you again with another driving to work car video because I felt like it. Today, and I mean honestly this past couple of weeks has been kind of a hard week for me, even though I started on the new medication, which is the 100 milligrams of Zoloft. I still don't feel like at 100%, and I think, I feel happy, I think, but I'm not 100% sure, and obviously only time will tell, right, the results and everything like that. But I just wanted to talk to you guys today kind of about being an adult and how it sucks. For those of you who don't know, I'm Emma, I'm 19 years old, and I, after graduating high school, went straight into the adult world, I guess you could say. I got a full-time job, and since then I've been promoted within the company that I got my full-time job, and I've been working 46 plus hours a week since then, and so I kind of got not rushed, but forced into adult life after graduating high school, which I think happens to a lot of people who don't go to college, because obviously college is something that eases you, I think, into adult life more, right? But I mean, obviously after college you'll hear college kids saying that after they graduated, it was such a difficult transition period just because they obviously didn't know what to do with their lives because they were out of school. And it's kind of the same thing that I'm going through, just at a different age, at a younger age. So I am currently going to work, and it's just I love my job, and I've worked very hard to build a life that I love and to build a day-to-day that I actually enjoy, but I don't want to go to work ever. And I think obviously that's just part of adulting, and it's part of having to do the shit that you don't want to do. But I like my job, and I don't want to go to work right now. I want to sleep. I want to do nothing more than to sleep. And I think it's really particularly hard because I'm still a teenager, right? And actually in a week I turn 20. So I'm still 19, I'm still a teenager, and I still have to deal with all the raging emotions and feelings and experiences that teenagers have. But I also have to be an adult and be a professional at work and, not put on this act, but kind of be performative to prove to people that I do deserve the, life that I have, and that I do deserve the position that I have, and I do deserve their respect. Even though I am 19, and so I have to constantly prove myself as a young professional and all that sort of stuff. And I just wanted to talk to you guys today about how adulting sucks and it's hard. And even though I bought land and I'm doing what I love and I have a job that I love, I still day to day right now I'm not happy, and that's because of the chemical imbalance in my brain. But I think that you have all these grand dreams for your life when you're young. And I obviously still have those because I'm still young. But the context of those dreams is something that doesn't happen until later life. You don't get context for what your dreams actually mean until you are, in this transition period, I like to say, because I am in a transition period. I'm in a period where I'm really young and I'm in a position of, I guess, power, you could say. And, I'm in a transition period where I'm not exactly, living it up, partying at college style. I have responsibilities and I have things that I have to do on a daily basis. I've had to grow up so fast. And that was obviously my choice. But, you see, I'll see people who are my age who, are out there partying. They don't have a care in the world. They don't have any savings, any money, any job, but that's okay because all they need is a bit of alcohol and, whoever is around them at the time at the frat. And, they're living their lives. And I don't want my life to look like that. It's just sometimes I get frustrated because I'm like, I have all this responsibility that obviously I took on willingly, that obviously I want, but I have all this responsibility, and sometimes I just wish for a day that I could shut all of my responsibility off and that I could just be a normal teenager again, right? And I don't ever, and just to preface, right, I don't want to be a normal teenager. I do not like people my age, most of them, just because obviously we have different life goals and different life views at the moment. I've always had a bit of a mature outlook. I've always enjoyed talking to adults more than I've enjoyed talking to people my own age. And that sucks because I haven't had very many friends and I haven't been able to connect with very many people. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's really hard for me to date, because the people who are in my age range who are dating right now aren't looking for something serious. They're not looking for lifelong relationships. They're looking for something, spur of the moment right now. I don't care what we look like in a week, right? And I'm just not built that way. So I have to kind of constantly be, I guess, ahead of the curve. And it sucks because I don't think I can ever just relax and fit into, a specific, normality, I guess. I just, every once in a while, I wish that there would be a day where I just had no responsibilities and I had nothing, knocking on my door, and I could just, turn off and shut down and, be. And I think that, I'll probably take, a little vacation here coming up soon, maybe a weekend trip or something where I can just take a day off, kind of that's before or after my weekend, and shut down, maybe go visit an Airbnb or something, or maybe just have a staycation and just get to relax, because I think that even though there's a lot that's going on in my life that is great right now, and I wouldn't have my life any other way, it's still stressful, and being an adult is still stressful, and having all of that responsibility when you're so young and when you're still, developing, and I'm not on solid ground. I'm having to figure out who I am as an adult while I haven't figured anything else out. Anything out at all. The one thing I say in my head all the time is I don't know. I don't know anything. I am just literally, I feel like I'm just floating through life, and even though I have the most direction out of anybody I've ever met, and I have the most goals and the most just, I guess, idea of who I am and who I want to be and all that sort of stuff, I still don't know shit. And it's so frustrating because it feels like I did so much work when I was younger to figure out who I was and to figure out what I wanted, and none of that matters when I got to adulthood. Obviously, it was great that I had that base, but I'm still at the same place on the starting line as somebody who didn't do any of that work, right? And I know that all of it is going to be good and worth it in the end, and I'm going to look back and be so grateful. And currently I look back and I'm so grateful at the sacrifices I made. But it just sucks that I have to make those sacrifices, and it sucks that I still have to work, right? It sucks that I still have to grow sometimes. It sucks that I can't just be. I can't just exist. I have to work at something, and I'm hoping that there'll get to a point where I can just be, where there'll be a moment where I can just breathe, and I try and make those moments in my day-to-day life so that I don't go crazy, moments of appreciation, of gratitude, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, man, adulting is hard. Sorry. It's hard, and it sucks, and dating sucks, and trying to figure out your mental health is hard, and it sucks. And sometimes I feel like I wish that life would be easier, but obviously nothing that's worth anything ever comes easy, and it's supposed to suck, and it's supposed to be hard. This point in my life, the transition period into adulthood, is supposed to be difficult, And even when you feel like the difficult part's behind you, there's another difficult part that's going to come up and whoop your ass. And that's just what I'm feeling right now. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about that and rant a little bit, because goddamn, adulting sucks and it's hard. And for any of you who are young and who have had to grow up really fast, faster than most of your other peers, and for anybody who's never really felt like they ever got a time where they could be careless, for anybody who's ever felt like their personality didn't really lend well to being careless but they wanted to, I am right there with you. I wish so much that I could just be a person who didn't give a fuck. I wish that I could flip everybody off and not care and not want to build a future for myself and not care about what happens tomorrow, because everything is what happens today, and not care about making sacrifices for my future. I wish that that was me, but it isn't. It isn't me. I'm the person who has to plan years in advance. I'm the person who can't sleep until she has planned out the step-by-step future, what we're doing, how we're doing it, what we're saving, how we're saving it, what we're making, how we're making it. I have to plan everything. And I obviously, excuse me, I obviously know, Jesus Christ, I obviously know that that's an asset, and that's something that has, been very good for me in like the professional world and everything like that. But it sucks that I have to be like that, because I wish I could just be like these sorority girls who don't care and don't have any responsibilities and don't feel any responsibility towards themselves or their health or their well-being or their future. And so, yeah. If this rant's related to any of you at all, share, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. If any of you are feeling lost right now, just know I am right there with you. Even though I have a clear path ahead of me, I still feel like I'm floating through space, no direction, no gravitational things pulling me anywhere. I'm just floating. And, I hope that one day that feeling goes away, but I don't know if it does. I don't think it does. And so, I guess I'm just going to have to get used to it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye. Love, Emma.